What's good? It's Jordan. Today I will be talking to you about things easily obtained are never treasured. See, in this life today, we lose sight of the important things. Sometimes we may be in situations where we may place value in things that are not valuable and not focus on the things that are valuable. Many times we may get caught up into the world and what the world provides instead of what God provides. God may provide people in your life that show you the way, that can help you in your own personal life. But do you value those people? Do you value those relationships? Do you value those connections? It is important that we understand the true meaning of value and importance of what God provides, because many times we lose sight of the important things. Sometimes God may provide people in our own personal lives that we may not expect, may not know that He's providing us, and we tend to take advantage of those people because we don't see those people as value. Those people may try to help us and want to see us do good, but we take them for granted because they may be easily accessible to us. We have to understand that it is important that we know that even though those people may be easily accessible to us, that doesn't mean that they're easily accessible to everybody. When somebody cares for us, when somebody loves us, when somebody wants us to do good, they're there in our lives for a reason. See, the reason why we do not take care of things that are easily obtained or easily accessible is because we don't understand the value system. Sometimes we may look at it as, if I had to work hard for it, I value it more, which is fair, because when you do work for something and you work hard for it, you value it more. But essentially with relationships and social dynamics, we have to understand that at the end of the day, it's different from working for actual resources than actual connections and relationships. There are people in this life that want to see you do good, but we cannot treat them terribly, and we cannot look at those people as less valuable because they want to see us do good and they want to follow us on our mission and on our path, because there isn't many people like that. There's a lot of people who are self-centered and selfish, so we have to understand those actual genuine connections and genuine dynamics that we may encounter. Many times we don't focus on these things, sadly, but we can make the change today in understanding. Even in our own personal settings, in our own personal lives, we have to understand as well that anything that we work hard for, yes, we should value it, but also understanding the importance of what we place our value in, priorities. Many times we don't place our value in the right things. We place our value in the wrong things. And this can be conditioning and programming as well. You may see negativity in your own personal lives and you prioritize negativity, drama, and all these negative things because you value negativity, but you don't value peace, quietness, calmness, positivity. You may not value those things because you might have not saw those things as value. You might have saw those negative things like drama, argumentative associations with other people, gossiping with people. You may have saw those things as more valuable because it provides you a negative substance instead of a positive substance. You may value those things because you might have not seen positivity in your own personal lives when you were growing up, so you decide that you may look at it from a different perspective. And essentially those perspectives that you look at it, it may be eating you alive and destroying you, and you might not even know because you weren't aware of it. But at the end of the day, we have to understand how to actually change the cycle. If we don't break the cycle and change the cycle, then the cycle will continue to repeat itself. and it will continue to destroy generations upon generations upon generations. When we understand this, we can make the change. But then if we don't understand and we want to live in ignorance, arrogance, then we will not make a change. So the choice is yours. We all have a choice in this life today. No matter how much we try to avoid it, we all have a choice. And it's important that we understand the choices that we make. It's important that we understand the value systems that we place in this life today. It's important that we understand the connections that we have. It's important that we understand the value that we place in ourselves. When we place value in ourselves, we have to place value in ourselves for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. Understand the gifts that God has provided you. Understand that God provided you gifts for a reason. God provides us all gifts for a reason. When we understand the gifts that God provides us, then we value those gifts. When we don't understand the gifts that God provides us, then we tend to not take those gifts seriously. When we don't take those gifts seriously, we'll essentially lose those gifts. Those gifts were provided to us from God for a reason, and we have to understand the gifts that He provides us. When you're on your path, your mission, your purpose, and you're focused on that, then you start to understand the gifts that God provides you. Either you can choose to be consistent and take care of those gifts and value those gifts, or you can decide to not value those gifts. But at the end of the day, you can't complain when you lose the gifts that you decided that you didn't want to value. We value many things in this world, but we don't value the gifts that God provides us. We may look at the things of this world as valuable, like the career path we may have, the resources that we may have, the relationships and interactions that we may have, but we never prioritize our gifts that God provides us, the connections that God provides us with ourselves and the Most High. We may look at those things as last, the spiritual gifts, the mental gifts, the physical gifts that God provides us. We may not put our faith in that. We can make the change though. The change is what is important, because if we don't value it early, like I said again, we can lose it. So today I'll be reading this scripture to you, and I hope that this scripture can help you in your own personal life. Matthew 10:31. Fear not, therefore you are of more value than many sparrows. 1 Timothy 4:8. For while have bodily training is some value, godliness is of value in every way, as it holds promise for the present life, also for life to come. Understand that in this life, we have to understand ourselves. We have to understand the dynamics we place ourselves in. We have to understand the mentality that we may be under. And if we are in a position, in a state of mind of not wanting to understand the mentality that we're under, essentially that mentality that we're under controls our life. When we understand the mentality that we're under, and we understand the conditioning and programming that we've been placed under, then we can seek change. Change isn't easy. Change doesn't come overnight. But at the end of the day, when we're leading in our own personal lives more towards change and more towards wanting to do the right thing for ourselves, that is the best thing that we can do possible. Wanting to make a change for yourself is the best thing that you can do in your own personal life. People may chastise you for it. People may make you feel like you're not going into the right path or the right direction. But do not worry about what people say or what people do, as long as they're not personally trying to sabotage your personal life and trying to essentially destroy you. Then don't worry about them. They may not be meant to be on your path. You'll understand this either sooner or later. At the end of the day, those people who are in your life that want to see you do good, that want to see you change, that want to see you be the best version of yourself. Value those people. Value the positive moments that you have in your life. Value the negative moments that you also have in your life as well, as those negative moments help you grow in your own life, change your life into the positive direction, and help you identify and understand the things that you need to work on in your own life. Understand that in this life, value is important. What you place your value in is important. And when we understand this, we can navigate this life in the way that the Most High wants us to navigate it in this life today. I want to thank you for watching. Peace.